Well, hello there. Welcome to today's input on storytelling. And you might see that I have a little visitor here with me who's just here for today for a visit. Let's just accept that this is the part of our lives. Sometimes we have kids coming in, sometimes animals. So it's how it is. So I want to talk to you about storytelling as a way to improve your interview. And one of the ways you could think about this as instead of telling the other person how great you are, you're creating a story about a real life situation that would help them understand, what some of your qualities are. And this method is called show, don't tell in storytelling. Storytelling is sort of an art in itself. And I have written, no, I haven't written, I have read a lot of books, and I'm also in the process of reading more books. I've written a lot of books. So I know quite a bit about storytelling. And I also know it's not maybe as easy as it comes across. Yeah, you might think, oh, I'm gonna doing a bit of a story about, the last project that I managed. And you will notice a difference. Like when you do when you explain something spontaneously from the top of your head, or, they just ask you in an interview and you never really thought about a question, you might not come across as professional as if you had practiced the story and you had really thought about what you're going to say. And the structure that I recommend is called storytelling structure. It's been taught by Libby O'Loughlin, and she got it from one of the great writers that really know how to write great stories. There's also an extended version, but let's stick with the basic version for today. And the basic version basically has 5 elements. It starts with the situation. From the situation, you notice that there is an event happening. The event then triggers the superhero moment, or what we call the superhero or superheroine moment. It's gender neutral, to be honest. Then the next step is the price you paid. And then as a result, there's a prize that you win. So we could use an example of a story that might be well known to you. I usually refer to the Lord of the Rings to explain a bit more about some of the techniques. Yeah, so when you remember the beginning of the Lord of the Rings, everything is really peaceful. We see the Shire, we see happy hobbits, we hear funny music. Yeah, so there's a lot of cheer and fun. The event that is showing the first signs of a shadow is Bilbo Baggins' 111th birthday. And we already know that there, when he puts on the ring for the first time and becomes invisible, the evil eye of Mordor is waking up. And the superhero moment starts with Frodo basically deciding that he wants to take on the quest of getting the ring back to Mordor. So obviously, I'm explaining it in a very short and condensed way. Then most of the 3 films is about the whole story of Frodo and the Fellowship and getting the ring back into Mordor, destroying the evil. So like this 12-hour of movie experience that you can't miss, and I won't spoil it for you, basically shows a lot of price you paid. So most of the story is about things that have been hard, the loss of friends, the loss of energy, even the loss of health. You probably know that he gets stabbed at some stage by one of the bad ring lords. And then this wound always hurts. And then the prize they win is right at the end where the world is basically saved. So I hope I didn't spoil too much for you there. So if you transfer this into your business context, you could think, for example, about a major challenge that you faced in a project. Obviously, there was everything was sort of normal, everything was sort of okay. Then it's a Friday afternoon, and suddenly hell breaks loose, usually at 5 o'clock on a Friday. The CEO calls you, you suddenly have to work the whole weekend. And also, you decide that even though this is going to be hard, you're going to step up and you're going to save the world or the project in that case. And you can probably break down that moment where you went through that decision-making process in about 5 steps. Then the price you pay, you probably did a lot of overtime. You had to clean up. You had to bring the team together. You worked hard. You worked hard for 6 months. Your health suffered. Your relationship as well. Date night fell off. And a lot of other things. And then the price you win at the end is, an amazing project, a promotion, and maybe even more recognition from your partner because they know that they see this was really hard. Yeah, so these would be the elements. Now try and bring together a story, a business story, and see if you improve your style. I advise that you work with the worksheet first, and then you also record yourself and listen to yourself telling the story. Good luck with that, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.